This year, I'm really proud to say that the 2021 Dave Ahlers Master Ecosystem Builder Award will go to Jack Greco for his outstanding efforts to connect and grow upstate New York startup ecosystem. So Jack loves to talk, but I'm going to ask him to stay here for a few minutes while I embarrass him a little bit. So Jack grew up in Canandaigua, New York, and is a University of Rochester alum. He was an associate at Trillium Group, a VC fund in Rochester early on, and then when I first got to know him, I was just in Syracuse trying to figure out what was happening in Rochester, and he was coming out of Rochester, attending all the Upstate Venture Association events, and trying to figure out what was happening in the rest of the community. And pretty soon we just got to see each other more and more often, connecting founders and investors across the throughway. Then he kind of disappeared for a little bit because he started ACB with Joe and Dan, moved to Buffalo, and became a real driver for the Western New York startup community, and particularly everybody was really into the Buffalo Open Coffee Club. I like to sleep late. I never made it to one of them. But everybody I went to raved because it was too early. But Jack derives true pleasure from assisting underrepresented founders and underinvested communities. He joined Techstars after ACB as Executive Director of Ecosystem Development and became Buffalo's first super angel with over 100 investments in early stage companies directly and through many of the VC funds that he invested in as an LP. He's also active on multiple nonprofit boards and earlier this year joined the board of Upstate Venture Connect. And he also writes the Buffalo Bridge weekly newsletter, which all of you should subscribe to. Now, I thought that was it, so it's not over here. So I can't remember, I think like 10 o'clock last night or something, I get this text from Dan Magniszewski saying, I never sent you anything about Jack. So can you read this out, please? So this is from Dan. In a time before helping startups was sexy or a good business strategy to gain customers, Jack was one of the few people that was out in the community giving his time and efforts without wondering what he would get in return. Of all the people I know, Jack has dedicated his days and nights to helping founders more than I've ever seen. He has been fortunate to experience a lot of success over his career, and at his core, he wants to help everyone he meets become successful. His contributions can be felt across upstate New York and beyond, and we're lucky to have a member of our community to help our current and future entrepreneurs get off the ground and succeed. So that's you, my friend. Congratulations.
So first of all, Nasser, thank you for letting Dan and I know it was inappropriate to wear shorts to this event, which I did ask you last night. But I really will keep this brief. First of all, this is a huge honor. Thank you. I remember Dan and I were the two young guns, I don't know if we were guns, but we were running around in our 20s, just knowing that this was fun, right? And there were a couple other people across upstate New York that were like that too. But again, it was different. It was a different time in the late 2000s. But I mean, honestly, both the things I've done and the things we've all benefited from have really been community-related things, right? I mean, one thing I will say, I know there's people in the room from all over the place, but we're all really big advocates into kind of grow where you're planted mentality. So, I mean, I'm a young guy from Rochester that's made pretty much every mistake you possibly can, but as long as you keep taking shots on goal, it eventually works, right? I mean, I remember when I was first started coming to Buffalo, Marnie, I don't know where you are over there. I mean, Marnie used to welcome me in, she was, oh, somebody from Rochester's here, oh my God, they don't come here, right? And I was just like, what is going on, right? I mean, my mom was from Buffalo, my dad was from Rochester, we had a place up in the Adirondacks, so I basically had lived across upstate New York my whole life. And it was really nice. I was actually up here, trying to take care of my grandmother in Pew, and Marty said, why don't you start coming to some things, Trillium will make some investments. Well, we ended up not, but that's okay. I think it ended up benefiting Buffalo either way. But you know, when it comes down to it, really, it's like I really think I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. Not because of ACD, that's nice. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But to be able to have the opportunity to kind of through my actions and through, you know, really being able to whip up things with other really passionate, wonderful founders. I mean, it's easy to fall in love with them, right? I mean, they're the kind of people, you know, that just exude all the things that humanity still has going for us, which some days I question, but then I meet founders and I go, I think we might be there. You know, I mean, it's the disruptive change that's ultimately going to make a difference. You know, as a father, you know, I look at this and I'm like, every time I help a founder, I'm helping my son, and I'm helping my grandkids that I don't know yet, right? Because they're going to make a difference, right? It's easy to go to a corporate job and make good money and be able to just kind of float through life a little bit. But these are the people doing the hard things, and it's a hard thing we're doing. So I really appreciate the recognition, and I hope everybody gets a chance to stand up.